PKA 641 with our guest Ed Bolian from VinWiki.
I want that thing from Demolition Man, the Sylvester Stallone movie. They had a car accident at one point. I believe Sandra Bullock may have been driving, and the entire interior of the vehicle filled with a soft foam that was at first liquidish and then turned solid, but then they were quickly able to tear it off of themselves after the crash was over.
That one of those non-Newtonian solids, right? That
something like that
style thing. That's exactly.
Is that a safety mechanism?
Yeah, of course. The whole car filled with a foam that you were now inside of and encased in. And then when it came to a rest, on the side, they all just tore themselves out of the foam. It reminded me of that thing that motorcyclists have. You can wear like a kind of backpack rig, and it inflates an airbag all the way around you in key spots. If you have an accident, you just sort of bounce down the highway.
It sounds like you like this movie, but it sounds really bad.
Oh, it won 4 Oscars, I think.
Okay,
I really do.
Dude,
I want the thing from the Saturday Night Live
shit
skit.
like that's so easy because
Wesley Snipes won Best Supporting Actor. What are you talking about?
I don't know enough to dispute it.
You remember accepting the award with the blonde hair? Come on.
Garbage turns into stars. I don't know enough.
That's it.
Yeah, Saturday Night Live did the thing where the airbag filled with Jiffy Pop, and then they could just eat it until help arrived. That's the move.
Exactly.
I'm really thankful that I live in a world where those airbags were all just designed and keyed in for men, for us. There's plenty of people who aren't shaped like us and built like us, but they don't get airbags, but we do.
Yeah,
it's really a bad design as I think about it, because men aren't the one crashing their cars. That's a woman thing.
You're so right.
So true.
You're so right.
So true.
Now, who's here? Which of you's been hit in the face with an airbag? Anybody got one out?
I have.
No.
You have?
Yeah.
It's a shocking thing. Yes.
It is. It hurt. My neck hurt, but the accident was my fault. And the officers, and I'm around the accident scene doing one of these things, and the officers are like, "Are you okay? Like, should we get an ambulance for you?" And I'm like, "No, it's totally nothing at all. There's no one to sue here but me." I'll walk it off.
I've seen a lot of injuries from those, not just the impact of them, the burns, because you've got this thick bag of it's like a woven material, that the bag's made out of. It's real tough stuff. You'd never tear it apart. But anyway, when it pops, it's rubbing against the inside of if you're holding the wheel, it can just burn your the inside of your forearms real severely. Not with
not the rub
fire, but with friction.
Yeah,
the air escapes, right? It's not airtight.
Exactly. Yeah,
so
to make it deflate real fast.
Air squeezes out really quickly, and that's what can burn you. And it smells like gunpowder. So me, not very accustomed to gunpowder at the time, I didn't expect the airbags to go off. I didn't see that coming. It was an accident. What happened was I was cresting a hill. There was a red light, and I didn't anticipate that there'd be a line of cars parked just on the other side of the hill. And there was some sunset issues and tension span issues that played into it as well.
Sure.
So just as I come over the hill, I hit my brakes really hard. The guy in front of me hit his brakes really hard, but he was better at braking. And I hit the back of him. Airbag goes off. It's pretty minor. That dude's fine. My car I think my car was totaled, but it didn't look super bad.
Sure.
But once the airbag busts the front and the windshield and and it's a Ford Focus maybe, or a Ford Escort, it's a shitty car. So
the airbags ruin the airbags blow up a car. The whole interior is for you, my lord, and it all explodes.
The attention span was tight. I was going on vacation. This was Friday after work. I'm about to go on some vacation for a week, and I'm just walking on clouds. I'm just so excited to be leaving the office, headed back home. I'm newly married at this point in my life, and we're about to go on vacation, and it's just everything is coming up woody. And then I totaled my car, and it was
that was supposed to be the summer of Woody.
Yeah.
Was it one of those when you got hit in the face with the airbag and the cop was like, "Are you okay?" Was it one of those times where you were embarrassed to be hurt almost, and so you felt "Oh no, I'm good"? Totally. I do that if I accidentally, maybe a year and a half ago, I fell down almost all my stairs I was going to work out with my little fucking blender bottle, and I just just fell down the stairs where like I hit my tailbone on like 9 straight ones. And it was one of those things where I was in like concerning pain at the bottom, but like I just stood up and like and just like walked into the gym to keep working out because I was like, if I don't address this, it's as if it didn't happen. And so then later I'm like, man, I'm so sore from that workout. Like I'm so sore. I really got my
need to go to the doctor though because it's muscle soreness.
Thank God it was lower spine day.
Dude, when I go to these
are they carpeted stairs? They're going down into the basement.
They're carpeted stairs, so it wasn't severe. Like it could have been worse.
I don't want to cut Woody off too hard, but like the worst kind of stairs to fall down is the escalator because not only are they metal and sharp,
they're toothed.
You're never done falling down them. The escalator
fall down 4 flights of stairs.
It's like, but wait, there's more, and you
thought you fell down 3 cause of death in China.
8.
The Mitch Hedberg nightmare death. Yes.
What is it about Chinese escalators? Why are they so hungry? And what makes us think so good? It's like they just collapse in the middle. And it turned out that Chinese escalators are just a big hollow box full of gears and metal teeth.
China men are made out of Chinese food, and the escalators, they're hungry, but then they get hungry again a minute later.
They keep eating. I mean, here in America, we've got escalators down. I pretty much never see an escalator issue. Like our whole society pretty tuned in on escalators.
I'm just afraid to see the fool like hold the handrail from the outside and get pulled into the sky.
Oh, I saw a kid put his head.
That's someone who underestimates their own grip strength, not someone who like they thought they were going to ride it to the top.
Play it ahead.
Yeah, they're not smart. Yeah.
Imagine this: escalator's going up, and it's got that rubbery rail on the side that moves along with you, and the kid sticks his head over the rail, like with his neck like on the rubbery rail, and his head gets stuck between the wall and the rubbery thing. So he's just at the top with his head stuck in there, and it's just pinching him in there. He's just like ah. And the mom is like not as concerned as she should be. You know what I mean? Like there's levels to shit. And she didn't immediately go to like an 8, 9, or 10. She was still at like a 4. There was a little bit of annoyance. Don't stick your head in there. Come on. Oh, you're doing it again.
You goof.
And he's just dying. I was afraid of escalators from a very young age. Like my grandmother was like, it'll suck you in. And you know, at the top, it has that thing where the teeth meet. And it was like, yeah, I bet if my shoelace go, I grew up on the farm.
So important for how it works.
Your shoelace goes in an auger, you're going in. I just assumed that the escalator would eat me if I weren't careful on it. I always tied my shoes. I'm still a little afraid.
Do you remember? I remember being a little kid and like me and my brothers, or like brother or younger brother, like standing there, like doing that thing where you keep your feet totally flat. Cause like I remember my mom would tell me the same thing where she'd be like, be careful, you'll get sucked in. And I'd be like, Mom, watch. And I'd be like trying to almost get it stuck. Like
demonstrably untrue, Mom.
Letting it like push me onto the top barely of the platform. And you know what? I have both my legs. It's totally fake news. If you don't live in China, this isn't a threat.
Because Taylor's not made of Chinese food.
No.
That was it. Saving grace.
There aren't as many escalators in life. I feel like they were a big part of the mall environment and the airport, and that was like it. Like no one else had any use for the escalator.
No, well, the elevator's better, dude.
I was at the hospital the other day. 3 flights of fucking stairs. Throw an escalator in there? You got crippled people everywhere.
There's elevators all over the hospital.
I'm not kidding. An elevator on a hospital. That's like a hot box of disease and pain.
Escalators, like if you want to do a little system. Escalators, like a viewing thing, like a high volume viewing thing. You're going through the mall. You're kind of, I'm going up. There's the KB Toys. There's the fucking candle store. You're taking a look. Elevator is practicality. You're at the hospital. You're going to surgery, sir. You go to stat. You know, medicine.
Missed his chance at a free inoculation.
I'm good.
As far as you know.
I still mask up. I go in the hospital. Them people look ill. It's almost like there's sick people in there.
I mask up and like Jason.
I do too.
People are made, and I say, trust the science. and then I get kicked out of Home Depot.
They're putting the machete down.
I ain't gonna mace you. I ain't gonna tase you. I'm gonna give you these hands, son.